Right, so let's get on to the strength section. So in order to do these exercises, we need to start from the proper position, which is to make sure, at least for the seated exercises, you'll want to be on the first 1/2 to 1/3 of your chair. And for most of the exercises, you'll want your feet to be directly underneath your knees, and you want the upper body to be nice and upright. So first we're going to do a pull exercise. And the pull exercise is for pulling open doors, pulling open stuck drawers, generally pulling things towards you. It exercises your biceps and your upper back muscles. So to do this, first of all, grab the exercise band like this. Make sure that the ends of the band are coming out near your thumbs, okay? So that the loop is hanging down from your pinky side. Now, put the band underneath your feet, and I've found for this exercise it works if you put your feet a little bit further out from in front of you, rather than just having them straight underneath your knees. Okay, now grab the band roughly at the knee level, and then pull it back, keeping your back nice upright, until your hands are mostly at your hips. You should be doing this by keeping your back nice and upright and squeezing the muscles in your upper back. Okay, then let this go gently back down. If that was too hard for you, you can ease off the band a little bit, making it a little bit looser. Or if it was too easy, you can make it harder by holding the band a bit further down. Okay, so we're going to do 10 of these all together. So let's do them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can definitely feel this in my upper back. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, right. So that's the pull exercise. That is, the technical name for that is a row using an exercise band. The next exercise I'm going to show you is a push exercise, which is good for pushing heavy doors, or pushing drawers closed, or if you happen to fall to the ground, pushing yourself off the ground. So to do this, the first thing you need to do is put the exercise band around your back. You can either just sort of swing it over the top of your head, as I've done, or you can sort of pass it behind your back. But either way, the exercise band should be behind your back and coming out underneath your armpits, just underneath your armpits. It doesn't really matter which way you grab the band for this one. I'm going to have the ends coming out my pinkies, but it doesn't really matter if you do it the other way around. Again, make sure that you're sitting nice and upright. For this exercise, you definitely do want the feet just underneath the knees. And the exercise is this: simply push your arms out until they're straight, and then let them come back again. Again, you can adjust how hard this is by either bringing your hands closer to your chest when you start out, or by moving them further away. So let's do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. And I forgot to mention that this exercise, the push exercise, exercises the triceps and the front of chest muscles. Okay, so these push and pull exercises we did sitting down, but the rest of the exercises that I'm going to do for this session are sitting up, are standing up. So I'm going to turn the chair around so that it's out of the way, but I still have something to grab a hold of. Okay. So the next exercise is the hinge exercise, and I'm going to show you this from the side so you can see exactly what's happening. So it's simply bending forward at the hip, but in order to keep your weight centered over your feet, you need to move your bum back to counterbalance that. So I'll show you what that looks like, and you can hold on to your chair or whatever for support. So you need to keep your top nice and straight, bend only at the hip, although you will need to bend at the knees a little bit in order to send your bum back so you don't fall over, okay? So you can hold on if you want to, or if you can do it without holding on, that's even better because it gives your balance a bit of a test, okay? So only go down as far as you feel comfortable, and then squeeze your bum muscles to pull yourself up, okay? So we're only going to do 5 of these, and then we'll try a more advanced version. So 1, and again squeeze your glutes as you come up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now the more advanced version is the single leg hinge, and it really is considerably more difficult. So the general idea with the single leg hinge is to stand on one leg and hinge forward, keeping your torso in line with the leg that you're not standing on. And I definitely need to hold on for this. I can sometimes do it without holding on, but to make sure I don't fall over while I'm demonstrating this, I will hold on, okay? So I'm going to stand on my left leg. You can do whichever one you want, and hinge forward. Okay, so you can see that my leg that I'm not standing on is pretty much in line with my torso, okay? And then squeeze your bum muscles to get yourself upright again, okay? So we're going to do 5 of these on each leg. If you found that way too difficult, then just do the standard hinge like I showed you before, okay? So assuming that you're willing to try this much harder version, I'll demonstrate 5 on each leg, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 'I'm doing this really slowly to help me keep my balance. 3, 4, 4, 5, 'kay. Now I'm going to swap to the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, those were the 2 different hinge exercises. Now I'm going to show you a variation on the squat. So a full squat is something like this. But I don't expect you to be able to do that. So what we're going to do is mini squats. And you can hold on to something for this if you need it to keep your balance. So the idea, I also call these knee dips, okay? So the idea is just go down a little ways, not too far. You need to feel comfortable in what you're doing, and then come up, okay? So we're going to do 10 of these. 1, 2. Right, before we go on, I just want to make sure that I demonstrate the difference between a hinge and a squat. The hinge is where you're not bending your legs much at all. You're only bending your knees just enough to get your bum behind you so you don't fall over. So this is the hinge, okay? And you can see that the top of your body is moving, is bending over quite a lot. With these knee dips, it's mostly about moving the legs, and the torso does tend to go forward a little bit as you go down, but not nearly as much as with the hinge. You can see that my legs are moving a lot more with these knee dips than with the hinge. Okay, so let's continue with the knee dips. So I think we've done 2, so we need to do a few more. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, these knee dips are really, really good for building leg strength, the sort of leg strength you need for going upstairs, walking, that sort of thing. It's a good idea to try to do some of these every single day. You could do your mini knee dips while you're waiting for the kettle to boil or while you're waiting for your tea to steep, that sort of thing. Just do it while you're standing around waiting for things. It's really easy to fit in. Okay, so that's the squat friend. The next one I'll do is heel raises. So to do this, stand up nice and tall, raise yourself up on your heel, and then come down, okay? Try to keep yourself in a nice straight line as you do this. So I'll do 10 of them. Actually, no, I'll only do 5. Then we're going to do a slight variation on it for the other 5. Okay, So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These heel raises strengthen your calf muscles, which is really good for helping you walk strongly and confidently. Now, what we'll do to make these even more useful is after we come up, we're going to come down fairly quickly so you get a bit of a thump. This sends some vibrations up your legs, into your hips, into your spine, perhaps a little bit. And these vibrations can help build your bones. As we get older, our bones tend to get weaker. So it's a really good idea to add these heel drops in order to combat that. So I'll do 5 of these heel raises with the heel drops. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the last exercise I'll do in this session is side hip strengthener. And it strengthens these muscles here, which are really important for stabilizing your knees and your legs as you're walking over uneven surfaces or if you're walking upstairs. Okay, so to do this, you can grab a hold of a chair or something for some support and stand on one leg and then slowly move the other leg out and then back in. It's really important when you do this that you need to keep your upper body as upright as possible, okay? Because this is what we don't want to be doing. We don't want to be doing this. It isn't about moving your torso sideways. It's about keeping your torso upright and then exercising this muscle here in order to get the leg out. So let's do 10 of those on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and now we'll do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, that's the end of the strength section.